A Dunlay's killer.
I heard whispers of a skin taker. Is what they are saying true?
Yes. At least 3 now. The Root Heralds are still reaching out to neighboring tribes.
This sounds like the work of a monster. Some oblivion-sent fiend.
Or some sort of swamp tree monster.
Why would such a beast skin its prey?
Vengeance for peeling off tree bark.
Head up to the New Root Whisper village. Want to come along?
You're heading where? Look, I've been in Murkmire for years, and I ain't never heard of a Root Whisper village.
You haven't heard yet? Some newcomer awakened a history. It was slumbering all this time deep in the swamp.
Could it be? Someone finally awakened a dreaming hist. By the green, I can hardly believe it.
And there ergo the adventure began, with Winter and Luke in the dungeon they ran. No, I know, that's great, isn't it? I can make a lot of jokes with that one. I'm having problems with my back. Well, my lower back is hurting bad. I'll trade you. I'll trade you for a half day. You want to take this pain, and I'll take yours. But yeah, last night was really bad. I'm like, I'm afraid to eat food. Lower back hurting really bad. Like I had to put like, yeah. I feel like it's gonna cause me pain if I eat it. You know what I mean? I don't know why, but like I don't know what food's gonna cause it. You know, maybe when I get to work later, I'll just have a salad or some shit. I'm inviting Luther to the party. We're gonna run 2 like daily normals for him, and get him to 50. How's that sound? Before we leave. Yeah, it's quick. It's easy. Doesn't require any thought. I wanna dance with somebody. It was probably from the Hist.
Looking for a trustworthy banker? Look no further.
Right?
How can I assist you today?
They should come out with a drink, and it's like glowing orange, like the Mazatlan skin splotches, and call it Hist beverage or some shit. It's 5-hour energy. It's thick like honey. It makes a mess every time you drink it. It'll be perfect. Be hissed all over the streets. Right. Replacing money in the guild bank is what my life is going to be about. But I didn't waste the money. Thank God. Thank God. Hear the hiss weep, hear the hiss weep. Hear the hiss speak its words. They have like a different kind of music that's not, it doesn't sound like music to us. Like, you ever listen to Chinese music? It doesn't sound like music. There's no like beat at all. I'm not talking about current Chinese music. I'm talking about like their ancient music. It sounds fucking weird. It's just like doing, 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 all that fucking shit. It's like la 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 la, like do that fucking thing. And they just, I don't know. It's just really, it's different. It's fucking weird. But it's the same thing with the Argonians. Their ear for music is like frogs. Like they think that sounds good to them. That's what I'm saying. They should have a statue of fucking Louis Armstrong in Murkmire. And then last time I made that joke, you were like, you did not say that about Louis. Remember that shit?
Welcome to the Lilmore
That was like
Counting House.
so
How
long
can
ago.
I help you today?
Alright, Luthen didn't come into the chat. Did he? Luthen, you here? Oh man, everybody's got the War Pass and play except for me. War Pass and play. You had to have been doing this every day to get it. Yeah. It looks like it's got the yellow around it indicating you can pick up loot. So whenever I see it, I keep trying to fucking pick up loot.
Did you bring more wine?
I know, I see him. Try to invite him to the party. Wow. Hey, Luthen, how you doing? This is Winter. Winter is my #1 officer. Well, I have two #1 officers, one male, one female, you know, because I'm awesome like that. And it's her and Couch. Yeah, I hear that. Let's get you to 50. Jeez, definitely, man. It's gonna be so fun. If you don't have a level 50 gear waiting for you for that character, as soon as you hit 50, I'll go make you all the gear, head to toe, rings, everything, helmet, everything. You'll have 2 5 sets and an additional 2 out of a 5 set yeah. Julianus, Law of Julianus. Yeah, we can mix that with another set if you want to. Like, if you want to try to simulate something like what False God does for you, you can actually mix Julianus with Seducer. And what that allows you to do is it allows you to do a continual attack rotation without having to add heavy attacks into it. And then allows you to do full double bar rotations, which is how people get the really high numbers in the target dummies and do really high damage. Running out of magic is like a huge problem that gets solved later with trial gear. But you can actually make up for that with a set like Seducer, for example. And whatever pieces you don't have in Julianos, I'll just make those pieces in Seducer. You can have 5 Julianos, 5 Seducer, and then 2 Monster Set. It'll be really fun. Yeah, nice. I'm quick at it too, so it won't take you long to do it. I could probably get every piece of gear done in like 15 minutes. If I'm quick enough. You ready to queue? Do you got a potion or a scroll, Ethan? Potion or scroll of experience? Do you have a potion or a scroll of experience? Alright. You probably want to pop it just for what we're going to do now, because it's going to be like a really, really quick blast through the dungeon like ridiculous. You got 15 seconds, or I can just re-queue. Okay. You ready to go in, Lithian? I got 8 seconds left. Alright, let's do it. Alright, it's time. Yes, it is. Time for the Crypt of... Time for the Crypt of number 1. No, it can't be Vet yet, because he's on level 48. Maze Haze? What? Who's shooting me? Someone in this corner is shooting at me. Oh. Ah. You have all training gear on? Oh no. Okay. So what champion level are you? Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, you should definitely have training gear, man. In the future, when you want to make a new character, I'm going to make you several sets of training gear. That'll be double sets with a 2-set, double 5 sets with a 2-set. And it'll all have training on it, it'll all be purple, and it'll help you level up super fast. Like, not having that it takes a really long time. I mean, it's like more than twice as fast with the gear. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if you farm, it's a little faster than if you do things that are more fun, like quests. But you'll still get so much experience extra just running around in the world, you know? And you're never bothering me, so if you don't want to, you know, if you're not in Discord, just put a message in there for me, or to me directly, just send me a message, be like, hey, I played Dragon Knight or whatever. It's going to use this weapon. All I really need to know is what weapon plan I'm using on your front and your back bar, and I'll know what set that should make, because I've been doing it since the game came out. It's pretty much the same every time. It doesn't really change. That's how I want to go. I'm using a magic necro right now. Hold on one second, one second. Oh, wait, wait. Where is he? Oh, no, that's right. The tank is not in our thing. I'll show you something. Yeah, look. They say things about magic necros because people don't understand. The time, but that doesn't mean a magic character can't do damage like them. So there's your future, Luth. If you look at that picture, that's what that character is capable of. Did you see the picture or no? Go ahead, take a look at it now. I got you back. I won't let you back. Right in your PSN notifications. As soon as you hit the PSN button and push up, sorry, Winter, all the way to the left, right to the right of PlayStation Plus, it will say you got a message from me, and then when you go in there, just click the picture, and you'll see why I love Magic Necro so much. The only thing I like better than this class is a Magic Warden. However, the Magic Warden is selfish, and the Magic Necro is, like, good for everyone. You know what I mean? Like, you can help other people. Isn't that amazing? You see the big one? So, 200-something thousand damage, one hit. On a magic character, it's not stamina. This is a future for you, man. I tell you exactly how I did that, too. And it's not that hard, and it's not even expensive. All it is necropotence mixed with crafty Alapeak. And then you use this monster set called Warglorgs, which we can help you get from March of Sacrifices. And you wait until you have 500 ultimate, and then you pop your Colossus with 500 ultimate, giving yourself 1200 spell damage for 10 seconds, and then you just watch the numbers fly from your exploding skeleton, your skull, your light attacks. It's just, there's so many numbers on the screen, it's just unbelievable, and they're all so high. I'm about to pop a 500 right now. You got a horn with you? Alright, do it now. Watch this guy's health. Well, actually, if he wouldn't have ran out of the Grobel, the Colossus would have hit him 3 more times, and he would have done it instantly. Because those are the biggest hits I have, is that guy punching the ground. But he ran out of it. But I still got that boost, and he still got the debuff, though, which made him take more damage and made me have 1200 more spell damage. This character has, like, let's see. This is all recent discoveries. I actually spent $1 million gold, Luth, just testing this, not knowing if it was going to work out better. I dropped $1 million gold on this, and it looked like it wasn't better at first, and I wasted $1 million gold, and oh man, that was devastating. But I switched back to it after going back to False God Mother Sorrow,
I will take that as
and
a
I got to admit, even though you have a lot of white numbers with this setup, because you got no crit chance hardly compared to the other, your numbers are just so incredibly high. Are you on the quest? Is anybody on the quest? Oh, okay. You gotta go back and destroy the other phylactery. You should be okay to do it, though. Yeah, go do it now, because we didn't do the second one yet, which means you can still do the quest without it fucking up. They're going up to the door. I'm not telling them that it's locked, and I'm letting them fight by themselves, so it delays them. No, this way. They're over there, and then you're gonna have to come here to do the quest anyway. No thanks to me. Oh, the wind in here. Oh, yeah? Making the way in the world today takes every froth car I got. I sent you a hundo. 1 hundo. Where are you, Luther? Oh. Okay, good. What? Are you sure? Oh, okay. All right. No, we fucked it up. That's my mistake. I should have asked in the beginning if you want the quest. But don't worry, you will be back here. Trust me. You start hanging out with me, you're definitely gonna be back here. Yeah, that sucks that they allow you to do that. It should just skip to the next part of the quest. I see no reason why they have to do that like that. You know what I mean? It will be until you kill the boss up here. On part 1, there's actually a boss up here. Well, have your soul as yourself a merry little Christmas. Not yet. Oh, he gave me a Grobel. Yes! Oh, I like playing with you. The only thing I can imagine better than 1 Grobel is 2 Grobels. I call it Grobel for some reason. I don't know why. But it's the Colossus. Yeah, Grobel is the name of the Netch boss in Darkshade, but for some reason everybody calls it Grobel. Hell no, a Netch has like tentacles hanging down. And that's a flesh Atronach. They're like the opposites of each other. I know. I don't know who started it. Somebody started that shit. Alright. Going through the ultimate till I say.
So you're the one who's been undoing our work.
Yes, that was us.
Legion to the Master's mace.
Alright, not yet. Soon. Alright, fuck it, do it now. He knocked me down right there, or they both would have died instantly. That's the second time that I tried to look cool, and the game made me look like an idiot. Thanks a lot! Quick, like a bunny. Looks like Maze Haze is all about that life. Ooh, this one's got a lot of enemies in it. Good for experience. Sorry. And Nightmare, Luthien, and Winter enter the City of Ash. Yeah, he did, yeah. I'm gonna put on the fuzz. They're gonna die as we go. What does? What's that? Oh, are you giving that to me? Really? Oh, good. Good, 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 good. Did you just start doing that now, or? Yeah. But my warden gives it to myself, but this character does not. Yeah, this character does not. And not a little bit, 8%, that's a lot. It's a lot of extra damage on top of everything else that's there. It's incredible. Yes. I would love you to shower me with plenty of those
Be careful.
for as long as you know me. Until Elder Scrolls Part 2. Yeah, right? Yeah, we actually go into the back here instead of hang out there. Like, just follow the thing straight back where the final boss was, and that's actually where the first boss is. Welcome to City of Ash Part 2. Wait, we have to wait for Luther. We gotta wait. Wait. No. Shit. Did you get in? You got in? Oh shit. Alright. No. Sometimes you can get in even though people are in combat. You just gotta sit there and wait for the opportunity. I could use a heal as well. I just killed one of the 3 leaders. I figured while you guys do the melee, I'll take care of the range and be teleporting around annoying me. Second one is dead. We only have the boss left. And he's about to die. It's not worth using the ultimate. Don't mind it. Alright. We're coming for you, Gilrain. Are you on the quest, Luther? Did you see it back in the beginning when you first came in? Oh, okay, that's fine. We gotta do something where we purposely do the quests for the dungeons you didn't do, just to get you the skill points for them, and then we'll make sure we go nice and slow during the parts where we have to, you know? So it's this way through the portal. Sure. Yeah, the tank is just, I don't know if he's on board with the whole go slow thing, you know what I'm saying? He's probably like, wow, this is going to be really good for experience. And we're all like, AFK. Oh, look, and an apple. That's alright, though. He'll still appreciate the speed in which things die. Whee. Let me know when you have your ultimate, so I can kind of tell you when to do it. And then I can do something on purpose, like stack my stuff up, and then when you do it, it'll be like everything's already done and all I'm doing is spamming my thing that does the most damage. Because the first thing you do is buff up. The second thing you do is put down AoEs. And then another AoE if you have it, or damage over time if you have it. I use the generation for a major sorcery. And then, you know, obviously, first and foremost, always summon the skeleton, and every third spell, always summon the skeleton. If you're not using that ability, that's the strongest one you got. It's an exploding skeleton that rises out of the ground and runs towards the targets. That's your best move. It's incredible It is. It has a finesse to it, though. It's always the first and the third spell that you do. Always the first and the third spell. So if you start the fight by casting that, then start buffing up, and then start doing your thing, and then every time he explodes, it should be about the third spell. Sometimes he errors, though, and you just stand there like an idiot. But not counting that, it'll be every third spell that you want to cast it. So it'll be the skeleton. Well, we're gonna skip, but only the stuff we skip. There's no like extra skipping than what we normally do. However, for experience, it's better not to do it. To level him, and it'll be quick too. They'll all die like you see how they're dying right now. It just looked like that guy Maze jumped on the enemy's shoulders and then jumped off for like no reason. Alright, here comes the big one. That's what you're going to be capable of, Luthen. I take you under my wing, alright? That boss doesn't normally die that fast.
You look... Are you alright? What did they do to you?
Never mind that. How about you try not getting yourself killed? The Vulcan and his pet tiger.
I will see to it. The golden flame erases you.
The Daedrith are fighting over your friend's souls. If we're lucky, they'll be
That bothers you. We have to help.
When we get to the next, you said hold for a second? Oh, sweet. Okay, good.
I need healing!
Watch out. You're gonna end up doing both of them. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna, before I leave today to go to work, I'm gonna give you my bar setup, and if you just use the same skills that I use, and you learn how to use them in the order that I use them, and you're gonna be like a monster in this game. Like it'll be night and day, dude. You'll run around and you will destroy things in solo play. Like you'll be burning bosses so fast they won't even go through any phases, and they won't even be mechanics. However, the Elsewhere motherfuckers are no joke, man. That whole Elsewhere personal quest, you might not tackle that so easy, because that shit actually, the Elsewhere solo quests were like the hardest ones in the game I've ever seen. Yeah, like my abilities are doing 60,000 right now. With just now on that guy.
Seems Venganian's new friends aren't as meek
60,000.
as you, what? And you call yourselves undaunted.
Quiet, you. It's been a bad day.
We have to keep moving. What are you looking at?
What do you think? It's been months. Are you alright?
Yeah, what?
Fine. I got
Got
used to
used
it.
to what? What did you do? How do you survive?
I went native. Keep up.
I'll try.
You mean like something you put in your house? What does it look like? Is it a robot? Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is what it feels like to be. Yeah, this is what it feels like to be Bill Cosby. In case you wanna. Sorry. Uh. If it says it has 3 million health, it is. It's a different kind of test than the 21 million health dummy. In my house, I have a dummy with 21 million health that basically gives you all of the trial buffs that you would get if you were in a perfect 12-man group. The only thing it's missing is penetration. So if you want a high number on that one, you just switch your Mundustone to penetration to get a higher number than Shadow Mundustone. But when you're actually in a trial, you want Shadow Mundustone because somebody will be penetrating for you normally. But the 3 million dummy is a good dummy to do a test. And if you want to know what's very high damage in the game, it's 40,000 and higher. It's like really, 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 really good DPS. Like really good. 40,000. 40,000 is like 70,000 on the big dummy. More than that. 40,000 is like 75,000 on the big dummy. Maybe even more. Yeah, well, first and foremost, you gotta have fun, but there is a format to the game that simply works, you know what I'm saying? And all of the people that played before us and play on the PTS server, they all figure it out before we even get a chance to play. So that's why people follow Outcast and all that stuff, because they're giving them information that they just didn't have time to be able to find it out first. But it is the accurate information about what and why people do the things they do. So that's basically what I'm doing, is following Outcast and what he did. However, I did discover that if you go sheer max magic or sheer spell damage and you don't worry about the crit, your damage is slightly spiky, but in the end, on a Necromancer, it works because you get so much increase to crit at the end of the fight that it's almost as if your crit is a lot higher than it really is. And you have 38% chance to crit. That's terrible, man. In my other setup, I have 70% chance to crit, and it feels like I crit all the fucking time. Now it feels like I hardly crit at all.
This is the end of the line. Valken Scoria wants you dead.
You do it if you want. Gotta save it. Because he's gonna go immune when he... Oh, that's it.
Your day will end in fire and begin anew. Arise. We have visitors. Visitors, how bright a new day can burn.
It's fucking nighttime. Alright, let's just catch up. Alright, ultimate. That's a big ass dragon! Burning Spellweave does do slightly more damage than this if I replace Crafty Alapik with Burning Spellweave, but I don't like the downtime in the Burning Spellweave, and I don't like when I do my global. Sometimes if I'm not looking for the buff on the buff bar, I'll have no Burning Spellweave during my burn thing, and it would be like a bullshit thing, you know what I'm saying? So I like that Crafty Alapik is just constant magic. And Necropotence is just constant magic. There's no up and down or no proccing or anything. It's consistent. I like the consistency. It would be worse to do Necro and Alapik if when you didn't crit, you weren't doing any damage. But you still do pretty good numbers on non-crit hits, for the most part. So it doesn't really hurt that much to not have that high crit.
On your feet, Britgerd.
At least it seems that way to me. Also, magic resource and not running on the magic is also another issue that you have. But I learned that there's a way to actually do a heavy attack in this rotation rather than do light attack, blast bones, light attack skull, light attack skull, light attack blast bones, and then repeat that before you do your rotation over. You actually do blast bones, heavy attack skull, and then blast bones, heavy attack skull. There's less skulls and less light attacks, but it makes it where you just don't run out of magic whether you have regen or not. As long as you do that like that, you'll never run out of magic. And the numbers are really high on the heavy attack, like insanely high. It's totally worth doing that. The only thing stronger than the heavy attack is the exploding skeleton. So the heavy attack is like your second strongest ability.
There's no end to them!
I know! Isn't it great?
No!
What? Did you just hear that? Alright. When you think you can do it, just try it. Rothgar, top right. It probably won't be on the map until you actually discover it physically. I can send a picture to you. It's really tough though. So when you go in there and practice. Don't think in your head you're just going to go and read it. And be humble about it, because it's one of the hardest things in this game.
Let's go. We
for
have
sure.
to destroy the sigil stone.
You're all on your own in there. However, I think the easiest way to do it is on the Necromancer. On my Sorcerer, it took me 70 tries to get Flawless Conqueror, which is doing it without dying. And on my Necromancer, hey Danger, on my Warden, it took me like 15 tries on my Warden. On my Necromancer, it only took me like 7 tries, and I got it. So the Necromancer is definitely one of the easiest, fastest in the Magic Commit for sure. Easier than the Magic Shield. And I can give you that setup too. There's only like 2 spells that are different with that setup and the setup I do in the dungeon. You really just need your Healing Ghost on. And actually it might even be just 1 spell different between my dungeon setup and my mushroom setup. You basically just replace Inner Light with the floating ghost that heals you. And you got a little mini healer healing you anytime you cast it. I'm gonna give you the whole shebang, and you can remorph if you have to remorph, and check out what you got. It's basically the same thing Outcast says. Basically, there's a little less damage over times. He adds like 2 more damage over times that I don't use, but I don't use damage over time anymore that much the way we used to, because the big hits are so fucking big, it's like pointless. What's the point of getting more 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 per tick, when in one of those ticks I can do 30, 40, 50,000? There's no fucking point in worrying about the little ones so much. You do want to have them as just additional damage that's always going off, but you can't do too many of them that you never get to the part of the rotation where you're doing the big attacks. I think right now I have 4 damage over times. And then I have my big attacks. And then like 1 buff, or 2 buffs. See, even my non-crits are doing 20,000 on that guy. And that's the white numbers. Hey Daedra, how you doing, buddy? I'm alright, Yeah, I don't have... Yes, you got it. Winter, thank you. Appreciate you staying. It's almost over. Yeah, I'm just getting Luthen to level 50 so I can get some gear before I go to work. He's on his Necro, Imagine Necro. I was telling him what I discovered online. I don't know if you heard recently about the... I invested $1 million to test the setup. Did you hear about that? $1 million, not $1 million, $1 million gold, sorry. Very big difference. That's only 10,000 crowns. It's definitely not $1 million. At first, it looked like I wasted my money. That's what it said. But then, for some reason, it looks like it is worth it. It looks like I was right. Yeah. I thought crit. Yeah. I thought crit was like the all-in, be-all of high damage. But if you just go for straight damage, your crits are going to be so much higher, and your regular light numbers are higher in general, that it makes up for the crit not being very high. And then you have these... Yeah. Uh-huh. What are you doing the dummy with him? God damn, dude. Oh, beautiful. Yes. Oh, I love it. I used to have one on my sorcerer. Oh, cool. That's cool. Yeah, we all lost a lot of damage. Did you try turning off settings and changing back to 1080p and like making sure you go away? Oh, you'll go up then. You'll go up. Yeah, no, you'll go up. You'll go up big time. Go to T-Man's house. T-Man in the guild. He's got a test dummy, but he has nothing there to slow your game down. It's just the dummy. And then turn your settings all the way off. Turn off your health bars. You can keep your abilities on the bottom just so you can see them. But turn off the bars above the enemy's head. Turn off the enemy's health. Turn off your damage numbers. It makes the game run smoother and allows you to do higher parses. You cannot produce 50k parses with your settings on high. You just can't do it. It's impossible. And even if you... There's another way to do it too, Danger. Use the skeleton polymorph on top of all that, and you'll be even faster on top of all that. And you know what you're going to see when you do it? You're actually going to see that you've not been playing the game in real time this whole time. You've been playing in like a lag delay that makes it look like you can't fight fast, but you really can. It'll make you want to play the game in shooter graphic mode all the time, just so you can do that kind of damage, but I like the way the game looks too much to do that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, hell yeah. Looks like he's going down with his pad, right? He just killed Vulcan Scoria as he destroyed the first pad. He like stabbed the pad and then just died. Sweet. Alright, Winter. Luthen, how close are you? Where are you at on 49? Almost, huh? Alright, we don't have to do this again. I'm gonna go into a place and you're gonna travel to me, and it's gonna be instantaneously. Instant. There won't be no waiting. Trust me. I'm gonna Skyreach real quick. Don't travel to me yet, I'll tell you that. Thank you, Winter, so much. I'll be home tonight, 9:30 as usual. Yeah, Danger, I gotta go to work in like a half hour. Nice. Safest way to travel, man. Safest way to travel, dude. Yeah. Oh, it's great. It's the best. Well, planes are cool too, but
Curse these scale calls.
I feel like if I take a plane, I should have my own personal parachute, just in case. Everybody else is like, "Oh, I'm gonna die," and I'm like, "All right, guys, I'm sorry, goodbye." Open the door, get sucked out. I don't understand why every passenger doesn't have their own parachute. How is that not a standard for people getting in a fucking plane? Alright, see you later. Yeah, it's all low level. It's not gonna... I would just deconstruct it and raise levels to max if you don't have it.
Akatosh
But
be my
you're traveling
resolve.
to me
Stendarr
very
be my
soon.
shield, and RK light my way. I must try
No,
to
not
set
yet.
things right in this
I
foul
just
place.
saw a pretty girl and I had to stop to look at her. And take a picture. Why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer. I did. It's just pixels on a screen, Nightmare. God, it's so stupid. All right. 7-2. Challenge me in 5. Well, you're gonna get better everything right now. Trust me. Nothing you find is gonna be better than what I create. Oh no. You already have a set waiting for you. I just gotta make that other set to match that set, right? So you'll go grab that after we're done with this, and then why really? But travel to me actually. Yeah, we're gonna pop you to 50 because I want to make the gear for you before I have to go to work, you know. Hey, Danger, why did Jaded send me the 20,000? What list? There's no list fee. You mean tickets? No. Nah, you don't have to do that. Tell her if I... Why not? Alright, I guess. If she needs it back, let me know.
More guests. Welcome.
Good luck.
Have already
Alright, so in this thing, you don't attack anything, Luke. You just follow me, okay? Try to stay close to me and going to the right. Just stay, this way. Keep going south. Quickly. We're gonna just keep going. We go halfway through the dungeon, pull all the enemies, and then we go halfway through the dungeon. I should have put on my gloves to do this. Alright, we're gonna go around this corner right here. Yeah, I'm gonna die because I'm fucking ghost. Oh no. Well, job done. Yeah, normally when I come in here I have to have this ghost on that will heal me. And I didn't even remember to put it on. Alright, we're out of here, Liz. That's all we came here for. Now you can travel somewhere, but it might cost you something, so let me go there first. You just need to do maintenance, like in Grotwood? Where do you want to go? I'll go there so you don't have to pay for the travel. Okay. Let me go there, alright? Yeah. I have like 3 trading guilds, so I find somebody in one of the trading guilds that's just in Grotwood. It's usually the main town. Oh, it's smoother, right? Isn't it way smoother? Already, right. Right. And if you do the rotation absolutely, utterly perfect, it still won't be the same number every time, man. I didn't realize these guilds were keeping track of how much money I donated. This guild says I donated 375,000 fucking gold to them already. This other one doesn't do it. What about Omari Nation? Is that like a common thing? Yeah. I think they're the only ones who do it. 4 weeks paid max. I think they keep me at that rank. I be paying even before I have to pay, just so I don't forget. Alright. I can't find anybody in Grotwood. What a fucking crock. Oh, he already left? Oh, he went to go. Now I'll travel to him. That works out perfectly. Actually, I don't need to travel to him. I need to make him gear. We need to find out what gear I need to make him. More than it might be. We'll find out when he comes back. Are you there, Luthen? You got it. Welcome back. You just gotta tell me what you need me to make you. Like, check on the Necropotence pieces. And then... See, if I were you, I would mix Julianos or Necropotence. Forget Seducer. Yeah. I mean, you'll have a little bit of extra crit chance. That's not a bad thing. But at least you'll still have a big spell power boost there to give it oomph to mix with your Necropotence. It's really good for now, and the most important thing will be how you control your character and the buttons you choose to use and how your rotation goes, because there's a thing called light attack weaving. It's actually very important to do that in the game. In order to get used to that, everything that you do in this game, don't ever just do that thing. Just always do light attack and that thing, the R2 button. And get into the habit, and then before you know it, you're just doing it anyway. And you'll be doing higher damage, a lot higher damage, just by doing that. Always. Yes, sir. That's one form of animation canceling, but they call it weaving. Weaving light attacks. And you always want to do it. There's never a situation where it's not better to do that. And there's several reasons for it. One of them is because you keep proccing the enchant that's on your staff with only a light and a heavy attack. If you don't do light and heavy attacks, you're never using the enchantment on your weapons. And the enchantment on your weapons actually become really important later on because they're so strong and they do so much for you. So you want to be doing them as often as they let you do them because they have their own mild little cooldown and stuff, you know. Less of a cooldown if you have infused, which you want to have on your back bar staff. Your front bar staff, I recommend Nirnhoned, actually. Nirnhoned on the front staff. I used to use Precise for more crit, but I am fully confident that you do not need crit to do high damage. You just don't need it. Matter of fact, it would hinder you, you know. Oh wow, I just got an Ebon one-handed axe. Oh my god, that's such a rare drop. Right? I feel like throwing it away would be like... Alright. Yeah, I might have to put that in my bank. I have one already, actually. It's a character that I made that looks like me in real life. Only he's dressed up like Nathan Lane from the Birdcage. It is, yeah. But I don't know how to play him, but he's full legendary, including jewelry, head to toe. And I don't know how to play him. Yeah, I know, it's weird. It's all trial gear, too. Yeah, it is. He's all geared up with all trial gear. Not really a good setup, though. Listen to this bullshit. He's got like 50-something thousand health, and he's got like fucking 55,000 of both resistances. You do not need more than 32,000. So, I waste up. But the funny thing is, all that resistance, and he just fucking dies, dude. He just fucking dies. It does nothing for you. It's because the resistance actually isn't as important as people think it is. What's important is the things that you're choosing to cast. That's what makes tanks not die. If a tank, you know what I mean? Well, that and leeching, obviously. Leeching makes you survive forever. It's amazing. Parse that? Oh. Okay. That's gotta take a while. Why do you do it that way instead of just stream and then it'll automatically archive it? What, streaming? Oh. Oh. Ah. No. I feel so bad for you. Yeah, you do. You're not really? No problem? Oh, well. That's strange. Sounds like whatever she's doing on the phone is hogging up the internet. Whatever app that is, it's no good. Tell her to stop playing Candy Crush Saga. Yes, what do you got, Lethan? No Pauldron. Forget Pauldron. And it's gotta be Divines. Is it a Divine Sash? Alright, so far we have Sash. Oh, you have Mother Sorrow. That's not a bad setup too, though. If you want to just use those two. Can you make those two work without using your helmet and your shoulder spot? Can you make it where you have both of them 5? Not until you get your Maelstrom Staff, it doesn't matter, because you'll be able to have 5 and 5 on both bars. With the Maelstrom Staff, you can only have 5 on one bar, and that would be only 3 on the other bar. and that's what I do. But for me, I run my Mother's Sorrow 5 on the front, 3 on the back, and False God 5 and 5. In this setup I'm running right now, my front bar completes my Necropotence. If I'm not on the front bar, I only have 3 out of 5 Necropotence. But even though my magic keeps fluctuating up and down from constantly changing when I switch bars and shit, it doesn't matter because it still makes the damage higher from having a higher max magic. So it doesn't really affect the outcome. You know what I'm saying? But Crafty Alafik is the one that's on both bars for me. So it matters. It depends on what set. No, Crafty Alafik is purchasable. Like, you could just buy it. It's like Overland stuff from elsewhere. You get it in the elsewhere zone. You can like go farm it, or you can go buy pieces. It's not really that expensive. You can get it in jewelry, anything you want. Yeah, Crafty Alafik. It's a new set from the new content that came out last June. It's one of the new sets. But it's the exact same thing as Necropotence. That's why when you mix the both of them together, your max magic is so insanely high. And the reason why I think it's better to just do one thing and not like one is spell power and one is max magic is because 5% of 5,000 is not as much as 5% of 10,000. You know what I'm saying? So if you have all into magic, you're taking more advantage of the percent increases you're getting, especially that undaunted 6%, all 3 stats from having 1 light, 1 medium, 1 heavy. You have 5 light, 1 medium, 1 heavy, and you'll have 6% increase to magic on top of all that. And on top of that, you get Mage's Light on your front bar. That's going to be even more magic because just having it there has a passive that increases magic. And then there's a passive in the Mage's Guild tree that by having Mage's Guild abilities on the bar increases magic. So it just ends up being a really, really high amount of magic. But Mother's Sorrow and Burning Spellweaver is still so much damage, dude. If you can make those 2 5 sets, but still keep your head and your shoulder free, I would do that and not worry about crafted gear. That's if you want to make the switch, but I gotta tell you, the difference in damage is very small, only because you do a lot of white numbers with this setup. You know what I mean? And the white numbers aren't as high as the lower yellow numbers from the other setup with the high crit. So it kind of balances itself out in a way. However, when burn phase comes and 25% comes and you have 3 bloodthirsty jewelry, you're going to have such a high increase to your crit chance from abilities you have in the front bar. It'll be like 30% more crit just from the abilities there, the setup that I have. You'll end up not needing the crit. And burn phases are the only times when anything even matters in this game. Is when, because that's when the bosses usually go crazy and start doing fucked up shit that make it really difficult. So getting them dead quicker is very important towards the end of their health, more so during the fight. And that's where this excels, is at the end of the fight, this does way more damage than Burning Spellweaver. Well, Burning Spellweaver Mother's Sorrow still does a lot of damage, though. Because Burning Spellweaver is one of the highest buffs you can get in this game on the character, you know? So see if you can make a 5 and a 5 with those 2 sets, and then you can slowly acquire Necropotence and Crafty Alafik as you go. But it won't... What will be more important than that is the ability bars that I give you. The abilities I tell you to use is going to far outweigh this. This gear ain't going to be... Yeah. You'll see what I mean when you do it. You'll see. It's absolutely incredible. I am now using, and I am completely convinced is absolutely necessary, is Vorglorgs. It comes from March of Sacrifices on Vet. That might be something that you want to do with me, because it's pretty difficult. But we'll be able to, I don't know if you want tonight or tomorrow morning or something like that. I can set something up where we definitely go get it for you on purpose. We could even make it a schedule thing, like a time thing. This way you know that's what you're doing when you come online, and you know it isn't like I'm busy doing something else. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, I like to make those schedules and stuff for people, so I can even put it into the Discord that we're running you through March of Sacrifices. Yes, in the end, that's what you want. But you can slowly transmute the crystals. Also, your Mundus Stone, you're going to want to use Shadow. However, if you want to do even higher damage numbers for now, I would actually use the Penetration Stone, the Lover. The Lover outweighs the Shadow unless you're in a proper debuff group. So, I don't even use Lover right now, and I should, because it will make me do more damage. It just won't if I have the perfect setup. First things first. This is what the bars look like, okay? And then I'm going to send you the name of all the abilities. I'm going to start with the back bar. If there's an ability and you don't recognize the name, Google the name, because I gotta work, I'm not able to do that for you, but Google the name and it'll tell you what spell it came from. Like Channeled Acceleration has a different name before you morph it. They usually sound similar, but sometimes... No, that's definitely not it. Channeled Acceleration is the one that makes you run faster and gives you the crit bonus. Elemental Weapon is the one that makes your light attack do extra damage. Yeah, it's the one that gives you minor force for 36 seconds. Yeah, it's Stygic Order anyway. So if you don't know what something is, you Google it and it'll let you know what the non-morph of it is. It's amazing. You're gonna love it. It makes you run really fast all the time. Not exactly. It actually goes left to right, and then it goes right to left. But in between everything, it's always the triangle on the front bar, Stalking Blast Bones, Before you start the fight, you cast that. You switch back to the back bar. You put on Channeled Acceleration. You pop off your Skeletor Arcanist. You switch back to the front bar, cast another Blast Ball, switch back to the back. You put down another Barnyard. You put down a Stable Wall of Elements, switch back to the front bar, cast the Blast Bones. And then at the same time you cast that Blast Bones, you can attach Mystic Siphon, because Mystic Siphon does not have a global cooldown. It can be pressed at the same time as another ability. And then you'll cast Degeneration, all doing light attacks in between everything. You'll cast Degeneration, and then you'll cast Ricochet Skull, and then Blast Bone, Ricochet Skull, Blast Bone. And then you start the whole thing over. That's it. But the second time you start it over, you don't do Channeled Acceleration. And the third time, you don't do it either. And the second time you start over, you don't do Skeletor Arcanus. You do that only every other time. So the Channeled Acceleration is only every third rotation. The Skeletor Arcanist is only every 2 rotations. But everything else is the same. Other than those 2, they get you just wait and you skip them. And then it makes the rotation slightly smaller. It's a little bit complex. It is. It's not like a sorcerer, like he said on the Dragon Knight, where you're doing crazy damage and it's like the same thing every time. However, its potential to do damage is incredible if you do it right. It's absolutely incredible. Ice Comet from the Mages Guild. By having it on the bar, it just gives you higher max magic. But I don't use it. I only use the Grobel on the back bar. But when you press your Grobel, you want to make sure you did everything else before that. And then you hit the Grobel and immediately change bars. Try to get it where you change bars so fast that you get your whatever's on the front bar to pop out before it even hits the first hit. So it's like you do the ultimate change bar at the same exact time, you know. Yeah, it seems complicated at first. You just got to keep doing it. That's the only way. But if you're not even doing this from the start, and you're doing something else, then you're never really learning this, and then you'll never get to that point where this becomes second nature. The trick is you want this to happen without your brain thinking about it. All of this will just be like an automatic thing. Once that occurs, then you start to like finite how perfect you can actually do everything. And you learn these little tiny nuanced things, you know. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You'll see what I mean. I'm writing down the names of each individual thing. Well, if you use 2 fire staffs, Burning Spellweave will outperform in higher damage numbers periodically. But to completely get rid of white damage numbers, use Mother Sorrow. Even though they're very different from each other, they're very, very equal. However, Burning Spellweave will kill an enemy during execute faster than Mother Sorrow will. It will, for sure. So, Burning Spellweave is better at 25% and lower. Mother Sorrow is better for the rest of the 75%, from 100 down to 25. And that's a fact. That's just mathematics. But it balances itself out as far as usefulness goes. You got some really good sets to pick from. It's not even like I can tell you one's better than the other. You know what I'm saying? Like you just have good gear, really good gear. The only thing you don't really have is False God, which you mix with Mother Sorrow, and you do insane damage with those 2 sets, and I like it a lot, I really do. But I needed to figure out how to like get to this peaking point where we can make content easier for us because the content was getting so fucking hard. So I had to try to figure out what it is that people were doing to really get that higher shit going on. And I found out that if you sacrifice the ability to continuously attack through an entire target dummy, you'll do more damage in shorter fights. And everything in the game is like spurty shorter fights outside of 12-man trials. So if I was going to go in a 12-man trial, I would switch back to Mother Sorrow and False God. If I was going to do 4-man dungeons with people and 4-man achievement stuff, even Black Rose Prison, I probably would use the higher max magic sets and just forget about the others. Every situation is going to have you change gear for different stuff. It's going to be crazy. But Mother Sorrow, False God, good for everything. Dungeons, trials, everything. You'll never go wrong with that, ever. Like, there's just no way. Okay. Get that one last piece. Here's what you do, okay? I'm gonna give you some. Do you have money, Luke, to buy a piece of Mother Sorrow? Alright, the hardest thing to get is the staff. Do you have the staff for those items? Okay, that's the tough one. Burning Spellweave staff is so fucking rare. Sometimes it takes people 500 tries to get it. So, probably better to get Mother Sorrow staffs, considering the fact that you can buy them. You know what I'm saying? Uh, 70 to 100,000 each with the wrong trait, and that's the wrong trait. But you'll change the trait later. You'll change it later, right? If you get it with the right trait, like Infused, Precise, or Nirnhoned, you'll never find Nirnhoned. You have to change that. But if you get it with the... What's the point if you're changing it to Nirnhoned? But if you get Infused, that'll be like 200,000 easy. Easy. From players, you know what I'm saying? If anybody puts it there for less, someone else is buying it and reselling it immediately. Okay. I'm going to give you the rotation that I aspire to be able to do. Because I, myself, even haven't perfected this rotation. That's how fucking hard it is to do it. The first Stalking Blast Bones, you don't do a light attack because you're going to cast it before the fight even starts. So if you hit the light attack first, you're going to start the fight before the Blast Bones even hits the enemy. So you do the Stalking Blast Bones that very first time ever, when the fight first starts, you don't hit the light attack first, but every fucking thing after that, you're doing light attack. Except when you switch bars. Switch bar is its own version of animation cancel. But everything's going to be written down. The light attack, the switching the bars, everything's going to be written down in perfect order. That you want to do this perfect order every time, starting from the beginning with no buff. No, I'm sending it to you on PSN. Like, you're going to have the whole shit written out. Everything. All the abilities, the names of the abilities, and under that, the rotation, exactly how it goes. Exactly. Yes, it does. Absolutely. Wait, what do you mean? Say it again. Sorry. Right. Right. You do way more damage. Right, and I find that for myself, I prefer to do the higher burst at the end. It's more fun for me to see high numbers. But on a whole, everything would die faster if I just didn't do that, and I just had 70% crit. I would just kill everything really quickly. And you still have way higher damage during execute phase and stuff like that. It's just that I really like fucking seeing the high numbers. They make me, you know, that high number I just sent you. Stuff like that makes me. I enjoy that a lot. Trying to get the game to give me shit, but that doesn't mean it's better on the target dummy than the other setup. As a matter of fact, it can't even hold up on a target dummy, not even a 3-0, because I'll just run out of magic, and then that's it. My DPS drops and I suck. It only works in dungeons because you're constantly killing enemies, running to new enemies, able to do heavy attacks, not doing full rotations because things are constantly moving and changing. So it works in that situation. It just doesn't work when you're standing still and beating them on the back of a boss's head for like 5 minutes straight. Then I would have to do the other setup.
Your death spells are drying my membranes.
No, stop!
Thin.
No more necromancy, please!
Wait, I'm sorry, say that one more time. Hey, Couch. I'm trying. Yes. No, not for staves. It would have to say spell damage, yeah. It's not for us casters.
So I have a question worse than, I don't know if you know the answer or not.
Mm-hmm.
So my campaign just ended. I just got my gold thing, right?
Yeah.
For both my characters.
Can you give me just a second? Because I can't hear you and finish typing the rotation that I was typing for him.
Yeah,
and I'm going to run out of time before I got to go to work. I actually got to go right now to work. But I got to finish this before I leave. Give me 1 second. Fuck work. Mm-hmm. It's more important. Oh, fuck. It won't let me finish the rotation because I typed too many words to you. Motherfucker. Alright, the next one is going to have to be it. Right.
A lot of practice. The Uber highness is kind of cheated a little. You know what I'm saying? 70, 80, 85 even, maybe. That can probably be touched without actually, like, doing something you would never actually do in any combat whatsoever. There's a lot of different little tricks that people use to hit stupid high numbers, but they can't use that in a fight, so it actually doesn't even matter what they hit. You know what I'm saying? At that point, like, if you're not able to use half of what you're using, then what's the point in even doing it? You know what I'm saying? Just to show people that they could do it.
Alright, so the rotation is Stalking Blast Bone, Switch Bars, Challenge Acceleration, Light Attack, Scald Arcana, Switch Bars, Stalking Blast Bone, Switch Bar, Light Attack on Nerve and Boneyard, Light Attack on Stable Wall of Element, Switch Bars, Light Attack, Stalking Blast Bones with Mystic Siphon, Light Attack Degeneration, Light Attack Ricochet Skull, Light Attack Stalking Blast Bones, Light Attack Ricochet Skull, Light Attack Ricochet Skull, Light Attack Stalking Blast Bones, and then you start the whole fucking thing over. Except you do the Challenge Acceleration every third. You only do it every third time, and you do the Skeletal Arcanist every second time to make the rotation perfect. But if you overcast them, it's still going to be monstrous for you to do it. Monstrous. But that's as good as that's as stable and sane as I can do it for you. Like shit, Couch. I really am late for work. I got to be there by 1. What were you going to ask me? Go ahead. In PvP,
no,
you did the campaign, you got something.
I got it. Alright. Well, there's another standard campaign that's going to end in 4 days. If I was to make that my home campaign and get up the tiers, would I still get a fucking transmutes from them?
Yeah, but I think that the other 30-day campaigns are the ones that give you 50. The other ones give you less.
It says it's a standard.
Standard 30-day?
I don't know. It doesn't tell me how many. It says it's got 3 days left.
But it doesn't tell you how many days?
It doesn't tell me how many days.
Yeah, I think you would. I'm pretty sure that you can, in one lens, and you hop into a different one as your main. You're still going to get something. You can hop in the day it's going to end, and as long as you make it to tier 3.
Right, as long as you get it to the tier, you get it, right?
Yeah, exactly, right. It should work. It'd be a good experiment.
I'm going to test it.
There's no way it's not going to work.
Because listen, I just